It's off towards Perg. So that way.
Just to clarify, I have a ring, not a wand.
No, of course, I did forget.
Is that a euphemism?
We won't go down that path.
Moving on. It's too early.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Onwards.
On a altogether different note, you guys pack up and start heading towards where you think Perg is. So you travel for the better part of half a day, and you start walking down the roads. You appear to see no evil trees which are attempting to murder you just yet. And there's no sight of Kaylin either, for that matter. She has not appeared or come back to camp or anything. And so as you're walking down, you spot a group of travellers. Coming down, they seem to be carrying a cart with them. They're a little ways off. They haven't seen you at this point. But there seems to be maybe 3 or 4 of them.
Anyone have any objections to Duncan being at the front of the party at this point?
Nope. Kai most definitely would never be at the front.
Cool. Duncan, being the ranger, probably is leading the way through the trees. Are they like travelling on a path down, like near us?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Duncan kind of crouches next to a tree and kind of just gives a beckon to Ulfgar and Kai. Gives like a look over there symbol.
Symbol.
Sign.
Just draw it.
Just draw it on the tree. No, I motion for them to look over there at the travellers.
Kai is doing his best to sort of be very, very quiet and very blending in. He doesn't like people.
Okay. And what's Ulfgar doing?
Fuck it, it's not really stealthy or anything, being from, former military, so he'll just... He won't even attempt stealthing, he's just moving it.
Excellent.
Okay. So do you, Kai and Duncan, if you're remaining unseen, would you like to roll me a stealth check?
I'd love to.
Me too.
20. 11 for Kai.
Okay. So as this group start trundling down the road with their cart, you guys can see that it appears to be a dwarf is leading this group, and there appears to be 2 humans walking alongside him. Obviously spots Ulfgar, who's making no attempt to remain hidden. And they do appear to be looking at Kai's direction as they kind of come into close contact with you. And they stop and look at you, Ulfgar. And the dwarf in particular seems to be interested in you being another dwarf.
Duncan stays perfectly silent and still.
What are you doing, Ulfgar? If you're just kind of looking at them at this point, and they're looking at you.
He's not really gonna attempt to do anything. He's just keeping his eye on them to see if they are gonna try to start something, or if we're just gonna move on.
Okay. Well, the dwarf kind of puts a hand to his friends as if to say, "I've got this." And as he gets closer, he's quite an old dwarf. You can tell he's got a long grey beard and thick, bushy eyebrows, similar to your own. He carries an axe on his back, though he doesn't appear to be about to use it. And as he comes up to you, he says, "Right, laddie."
Hello there.
What be your name?
I'm Ulfgar. Didn't really expect to meet another dwarf around here, though.
Aye, well, hard times. What be your business?
Just taking a stroll.
He kind of cocks an eyebrow. Says, and what you be doing with two humans? And he kind of looks off into the trees where Kai and Duncan are.
Out of curiosity, he was moving around with two humans
Yep,
as well.
He was.
Ulfgar kind of looks past him to his two human friends. Think I could ask you the same?
He lets out a small grin and shrugs his shoulders and says, well, there's been some disturbances with the barons recently, and lots of people are displaced. Wanted to throw these lot in chains.
Does Duncan recognise either of the humans?
No.
Cool. At this point, Duncan has stepped out from his hiding place, looking kind of miffed.
Kai is staying on the periphery.
Yeah, Duncan is going and standing next to Ulfgar.
He says, as he looks to the two of you and says, name's Morin. And he puts out a stubby hand.
Ulfgar takes it and shakes it. Oh, I'm Ulfgar, as I said. I think these two will present themselves if they want to.
I'm standing next to you at this point. I'm Duncan.
He kind of gives you a distrusting but still welcome nod. And he says, and your friend?
I think his name's
Kai.
Kai.
Aye. Well, where you be going then? Set to Purg. Wouldn't be going
Wait.
that way, lads.
Why not?
Well, it's your slavers.
No, not quite.
All looking to be enslaved.
Kai looks notably uncomfortable.
Is something
Never
happening
wanted
there?
to try.
He says, well, if you've been a town or village recently, there's been a lot of push towards more slaves, and word is that it's even worse even worse. And thank you so much for the £1 donation, Drassy.
Hey!
So much. He has
Thank you
donated
very
in
much.
the past. Let me just put your
Thank you.
name. Oh, we already have your name, so I'll just change it. £6. Thanks so much, my friend. But yes, Morin says that there's been more enslaving going on, particularly towards Purg.
Well, we need to go there either way.
And what you looking for? Mayhaps I can help.
Information from someone scholarly.
Aye, what you need a scholar for? Get me a limb.
We need to find out some information about some dragon. What are they called?
The Dragonkin.
Ah, those ones. Them.
Right. Why?
It's a very long story. There was a graveyard. There was a woman. She asked us to. She's very persuasive.
Oh, aye, big, and he kind of makes breasts with his hands.
Big as your arm.
Oh, aye. Dragon, can you say? Well, if you're looking for them, going the wrong way.
What way's the right way? And Duncan kind of spins around on the spot, looking.
That way, he says, pointing the opposite direction in which you're going. The Cogdarum.
And what's is that where the dragonkin live?
Nay, it's nearabouts. Legend has it that they live in a city in the sky. Near Cogdarum, where the dwarves live. And he kind of nods to Ulfgar. At least, where some of us can live.
How are we supposed to get to it? Sorry, I
Sorry,
don't
carry on.
interrupt him. I don't interrupt him.
Oh, yeah,
I
he says,
wouldn't-
without getting enslaved.
Or how are we supposed to get to a city in the sky?
Oh, you got some airships here. Mayhaps they can get all the way up there? I don't know.
Is that where you're headed?
Nearabouts.
Share the road?
Hey, mayhap. We'd like to meet your friend first.
Duncan looks over to where Kai went.
Kai comes forward in. You imagine a pet that looks particularly nervous around new people. Kai looks very feral at the moment, but he comes over and then just stands there as if, sort of, what do you want from me?
He appraises you and says, Kai, that's your name, is it?
It's the name I gave.
Well, name's Morin. And he puts out his hand.
Kai gives a sort of modest little bow, but doesn't take the hand.
He kind of shrugs his shoulders and puts his hand back near his body. And says, we'll be stopping off at a nearby village. Meant to be more friendly to my folk. But if you want to share a road for a few days, you're welcome.
Ah, that seems sensible. If the slavers about. Already
I,
had enough fun with them.
Slavers and worse, from what I hear.
Kai has
Worse.
gone from looking sort of medium uncomfortable to full out I don't want this, but hasn't said anything.
Okay.
What do you mean, worse?
I spoke to a group of travellers on the road a few days ago and said they'd been seeing some very odd things. Didn't say exactly what, but the looks in their faces, well, something spooked them.
Aye.
Anyway, shall we go?
Aye, we should. And Duncan heads over towards the road.
Okay. So Morin the dwarf and these two humans kind of fall in line of you. They introduce themselves as Almath and Davi to you guys. They seem pretty self-contained. They say their names and not much else, and immediately begin kind of walking along with their cart. You guys particularly interacting with them or talking to anyone?
Kai does his best to emanate a warming smile, which probably is something to behold. Sort of a hello, and then just doesn't speak to anyone and hangs back by the back of the party.
Okay.
Ulfgar?
Ulfgar and he just raises an eyebrow at the two humans when they introduce themselves and essentially just goes, see, this will be some wonderful traveling company.
They don't respond to your barbed comment.
Duncan, I guess as we're walking along, Duncan says, where are you two from?
One of them, who said his name was Davi, he's a short fella with dark hair and a bow strung across his back. He says, village called Whitecross. Should be there in a few days.
I'm from Lakemere myself. Well, near enough.
He nods.
Does he say anything else?
No.
Oh, good. Duncan keeps an eye out for an omnivorous or carnivorous animal of some sort. Kind of feels a little bit awkward. He just wants to be friends.
So, yeah, you guys start walking down the road for the better part of the day until Moran kind of suggests that you camp somewhere. And he starts making a fire. Says, you don't got anything to eat?
Duncan
Clink.
says... Duncan kind of chucks a water skin to the dwarf and says, I'll sort out some food.
Kai,
Goes off to
Kai,
hunt.
Kai says something for the first time in like probably quite a few hours and goes over to Duncan and says, I'll come with you.
You much of a hunter?
So, well, considering I usually travel alone, I wouldn't be in much of a... Sorry. Considering I usually travel alone, I wouldn't be in much of a good state if I couldn't hunt. I'm not used to hunting with someone, but, well, at least someone can help carry the load. Kai tries to make a joke.
Duncan just looks at him, not realising it was a joke, and then says, we shouldn't be too long. We'll be back in a minute. And heads off.
Okay.
I guess, do we roll... Should we just... Because I think the usual procedure is one person rolls and get advantage because it's being assisted.
Yep.
Shall I... What's your bonus in survival, Josh?
Let me just check. Survival is that my my bonus?
It's survival, whatever your total bonus is.
I don't have any bonuses in anything. I'm very confused. I might need to change that.
I'll roll mine. Mine's a 19.
Yes.
I've rolled a 19.
No, there we are.
What do we find, Will?
Cool. You can find a couple of rabbits.
Good.
Yeah, and as you guys are away, Moran comes to sit by you, Ulfgar. He passes you the water skin and says, so, what's your tale then?
Oh, nothing much. Just been out traveling a bit.
Aye.
Uh,
Whereabouts?
uh,
Old town?
that might have been one of my destinations, yeah.
Aye, I've been there before. Still, we're out now.
Aye.
And about at that point, Kai and Duncan return with some rabbits. Moran says, good. Some food.
Hi, Duncan. Duncan sets down the rabbits and sets to work on skinning and gutting them. And you see anyone who's looking, he's kind of wrapping up the entrails in some leaves, in like a little parcel type thing.
Okay.
Kai sort of leans over and says, "What are you doing with the guts?"
Well, there's no point wasting them. I'll take them back out later.
Do you eat them?
Of course I don't fucking eat them. They're for the wolves.
Oh. Kai looks, just is like, oh.
Oh. You're a crazy person. I see. Yeah, Duncan notices Kai's look and just says, it's don't suppose you're religious.
Kai shakes his head and says, well, everything supernatural, powerful, and remotely religious on this world seems to want to do nothing more than fuck with mortals, so I don't have much time for them.
Well, Melora's not like that. I watch her back, she watches mine. Nothing's eaten me
Kai
yet.
nods and says,
And yeah, but
Kai sort of jabs him in the ribs a little, like, with the elbow, just sort of trying to, like, this will be a good joke, you'll want to listen to this one, and says, well, maybe we need to fatten you up first.
oh, and with that, you look and you see Duncan's finished skewering the bits of rabbit and stuff, and he puts them over the fire, and he picks up his little bundle and he heads back out of the camp.
Yeah. Kai wanders off.
Yeah, Duncan kind of spends maybe half an hour to an hour just putting bits of guts around the woods,
Okay. Cool.
and he's
Okay, so you lay some guts around the woods. At some point, you guys will get to sleep. Watches. Morin, Almath, and Davi will take some watches. So only a couple of you guys actually have to take a watch, unless you insist on taking.
Duncan will take the last watch as like the just before dawn because he's the only one with that dark vision.
Kai will, how dark is it now?
At the point where you're setting watches, it's just starting to get dark.
Okay, in which case I'll sort of say, like, when it gets dark, wake me and I'll take that watch.
Okay. Cool. And Ulfgar, do you take a watch?
Yeah, he'll offer to take a watch.
Okay, cool. So you guys get a rest. You wake up the next morning and begin once again on your journey. After, say, half a day or so, you come to a small village with a small wooden palisade outside of it. There's a sign outside saying White Cross. And Morin says, well, this is us. And as you kind of enter the village, there seems to be plenty of peasant folk walking around, and very little else happening really. There's a market going on. Goods are being sold. There seems to be a central tavern and perhaps like a town hall type building. And as you come in with the cart, Morin turns and says, well, he puts out his hand.
Duncan does a handshake thing and prepares to head on their way.
Okay. He says to Ulfgar, good luck, laddie.
Aye, you too.
He nods, and then finally to Kai, kind of tries to reach out an arm. Hopefully.
Kai sort of looks at it and sort of, it almost as if he's never shaken a hand before, and just sort of holds the hand but doesn't shake, as if, what do I do now?
He kind of lets go after an awkward amount of time. And
Kai smiles as enthusiastically as he can possibly muster.
I imagine it's not very enthusiastic.
No, it's a little too enthusiastic. It's a little bit intense.
he kind of backs slowly away and says, well, if you're looking to find a bit of gold, then I'd speak to Leilda. He does work for some travellers every now and again, even if it's just taking something for me to be.
Does he mean the elder here?
Yeah.
Duncan looks at the group and says, might be worth it, I'm fairly skint.
Kai shrugs and says, I guess if we're going to be I guess if we're going to be around people, like, we'll need money or something.
Ulfgar.
He doesn't really have anything to value to
Cool.
add to this. So
Duncan says, well, I need money, otherwise I'm not going to make it to Cogdaroom. And then I assume I'll be smitten by the gods. So, which way is the elder? And Duncan just blindly heads off into town.
Okay. So Morin and the two humans have gone off by this point. You guys are left on your own. Kai and Ulfgar.
Kai doesn't follow immediately. Kai doesn't want to go into the village. But yeah, I think he'll sort of sheepishly follow, looking directly at the floor, making no eye contact with anyone.
Okay.
Ulfgar is a little bit hesitant as well, but well, he'll start walking fairly close to Duncan.
Okay. So whereabouts are you guys headed?
To a place that looks, well, to the to an important official-looking building.
The closest this village seems to get is the biggest building. Essentially, it's not official-looking or particularly grandiose or anything. It's still made out of straw and stuff. But there seems to be a sign outside which says town hall, and
Well, I can't read, so...
well, true. Those who can will know that it says that. You see some important-looking scratchings on the on the piece of wood, and there's like a official-ish looking person outside. At the door.
Duncan approaches him and says, is there an elder in there?
Says, yeah.
Can we see him?
Who are you?
My name is Duncan.
Alright, and your little friend? Just looking
Kai
at Ulfgar.
Kai walks into the back of Duncan at this point.
Okay.
Duncan just gives him the same confused look that Duncan gives Kai just regularly
All the
at this
time.
point. Yeah. Duncan says, well, and looks to the two to introduce themselves.
Well, name's Ulfgar. He looks up at the person for a second and then kind of looks away.
Okay. And Kai?
Kai's just sort of hanging around Duncan awkwardly at this point.
We were hoping to see him to see if he needs any work doing. We're a little short on change at the moment.
Very well, come through. He kind of opens the door to let you through.
Cool. Duncan enters.
You guys follow?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
follow.
Okay. So yeah, you go into a rather nice looking house. Essentially, it's not really like a official building or anything. It seems to be a big house, and you walk through the central kind of corridor into what's a kitchen, a large, very nice kitchen, and there appears to be an old man sitting eating some breakfast at the table, despite the definite lunch nature of the time. He's still eating breakfast, and he's, like I say, an old man. He's got the kind of a chain of office around his neck, and small beard. And he looks up at you and says, "Oh, Sorry, just finishing my notes. And he kind of puts away the breakfast and stands up to shake your hands. He's still wearing a night robe.
Douglas says, "Good afternoon. Are you the elder then?"
Yes, Magnus the Elder is my name, and you three fine gentlemen. He kind of-
Duncan, Ulfgar, and Kai here. We were told
Kai-
that you'd be. Sorry.
Kai puts his hand out very enthusiastically. He's learned to gesture. This is a handshake moment, according to Kai. It's entirely appropriate.
Okay, yeah, he puts out. He takes your hand. That lovely to meet you all. He kind of leans in to whisper to Duncan and Kai. What are you doing with a dwarf?
He's lovely. This Ulfgar. He's
I actually want to see if Olfgar could hear that.
Yeah, you can. He's not really being very stealthy about it.
He'll just clear his throat a bit and look up at this elder.
He kind of gives you a kind of cautious stare. Says, "Oh, very well. Well, what do the three of you want?"
we were told by a traveller on the road that you were the man to see about work.
Yes, I do have work. Well, firstly, all this needs to be cleaned up. He says, looking at the kind of state of the kitchen around him. And then my library needs to be alphabetically ordered.
We're more in the adventuring business.
I see. Well, there is that elf. Yes, I need to have a certain person transported to another village.
What sort of person?
It's an elf, actually.
Okay. Can he not walk himself?
He needs to be watched.
Need to be watched.
Well, he's a slave. Can't just have slaves walking here and there, willy-nilly.
How much?
Well, he's a rather fine specimen, and Arfak is paying quite well, so I could see 100 gold. 50 now, 50 when you get there.
Deal.
Good.
Duncan shakes his hand.
He goes into his pockets and finds a big set of keys and pries one off and says, kind of jiggles it a little bit and says, you should find him in the cellar. Be careful with him. They're very untrustworthy, our elves.
Brilliant.
And
So-
you are to take him to a village named Maple, and there will be a man there named Arfak who will take him off your hands.
Where is it from here?
Well, slightly westwards. Should get there in a few days.
Okay. And has he given me the 50 gold?
No, not at this point.
Duncan says, what about the payment?
Payment?
50 now, 50 then?
Yes. He rifles in his pockets for some gold and gives it to you, Duncan.
Duncan takes it.
Well, off you go, Len. Unless one of you wants to stay to maybe the dwarf to do the kitchen.
Duncan's already on his way to the cellar.
Kai. Yeah,
How
Kai's
fond
gonna-
are you of your dishes?
Right. Can you leave now, dwarf?
I'll follow Duncan.
Okay. So
Kai is now following Ulfric. Because, yeah, Ulfgar.
Ulfric.
Ulfric. Yes, he's now following Ulfgar.
Okay, so you do indeed find a door leading down to a cellar, and as you come down, so it's a wine cellar, and there's an elf chained to one of the barrels with his hands, and he appears to be pretty athletically built. He's got a proud face, and of course the natural pointy ears and long blonde hair.
Kai would like to stop Duncan, when we're out of earshot of everybody, and apart from Ulfgar, obviously, and before we get to the elf, and wants to sort of block Duncan's path.
You can just like
Yeah,
use words.
not like, yeah, I'm just gonna
You just run in front of me. Stop! In the name of love. No, you stop Duncan in a less weird way than that.
No,
yeah.
Kai doesn't know less weird. Kai just blocks your path.
Cool. Duncan says, what is it, Kai?
So we're in a slave trading business now, are we?
Oh, we're just moving him. It's not our problem, mate. We need money. He's got money. He'll be a slave whether he's here or there.
Kai shakes his head and says, I don't understand how people like him and those who facilitate him can sleep at night. And then Kai just wanders off.
Cool. Yeah, Duncan goes and carries on getting the elf. Goes to find this elf. Well, he's in front of me now, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Cool. I take it he's got like chains on his hands and feet.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, right, come on you.
He doesn't look at you.
Hello? And Duncan kind of waves in front of him.
He's still not looking at you.
Duncan kind of jabs him with the blunt end. Not like hard, just kind of in the side of the leg, just kind of gives him a gentle poke.
Yes.
I've been told I have to move you.
And do you do all that you're told?
For the most part.
He nods his head. Good dog. And he stands up.
Cool. Okay, yeah, Duncan kind of stands behind him and pokes him forward.
He moves.
I take it he jangles along.
Yeah. Ulfgar, what are you doing at this point?
At the moment, he's kind of just watching Duncan and the slave, kind of trying to figure out. Well, he's essentially thinking.
Okay. So he walks back upstairs with you, Duncan, and out of the house.
Cool. Yeah. Duncan kind of goes and waits on the edge of town.
Okay. Kai and... Oh, we'll go with Kai first. What are you up to?
Kai is just looking very, very pissed off, but is sort of standing next to the elf, essentially.
Okay. Moldark says, back into the slave trade, I see. Good.
Kai sort of covers his mouth as if like he's clearing his throat and mutters quietly in Primordial, "Shut the fuck up," and hopes no one discerns that I'm actually trying to talk in a different language.
Okay. And Ulfgar.
Well, he's not really gonna do much. He'll just follow Duncan for now.
Cool. Ulfgar, if you're looking at Duncan while he's back on the edge of town, I imagine we make eye contact as you're walking over, and Duncan just you hardly notice it, but Duncan just winks at you, and then looks out to the out into the wilderness where they're supposed to be going.
Okay. So yeah, you are back together along with the elf.
Yeah. Duncan says, right, come on you, let's go. And jabs him more with the blunt end of the spear. Pike even.
Okay. He starts walking. So you guys head out of town.
Yeah. And when we've probably been walking for about an hour, unless anyone's said anything, this key unlocks his chains, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Duncan says, "You stop,"
He does so.
and
Kai looks around.
Duncan unlocks his chains.
He doesn't say anything.
And Duncan throws his chains
Kai looks at
into
Duncan
the woods.
and says, "What the fuck are you doing?"
He's one of Melora's creatures, same as you and me. We don't own.
Kite's trying to see the ulterior motive here. Doesn't believe in your religious mumbo jumbo. He thinks you've got a ploy.
Duncan hands his one dagger to this elf.
He pushes it away.
You'll need it.
He shakes his head. No.
Fair enough. What will you do now?
He says, I will wander for a time before I'm caught again.
What?
He says, it is inevitable.
Nothing's inevitable.
Why is it
mate.
inevitable?
He says, there's been a serious unbalance of things. One can imagine that slavery will only increase. That's at least what I've heard. And whilst in the Broken Kingdom, there's not much to be done.
Or why don't you just... I don't know. Oh, God, what was that town the dwarf said about? What's it called?
Colton?
No, it was Cog something or other. Anyway, there's apparently got lots of you lot. Why don't you go there?
He shakes his head.
Kai approaches him and says, you know, not everyone has to live as a slave. You just gotta get far enough off the beaten track for them not to find you. You never know, you might find some other people who are out in the sticks trying to hide. The whole world isn't as fucked up as, well, what we saw back then.
He says, in one way or another, we are all enslaved. But I thank you, my friends. And he turns to leave.
What was your name again?
He doesn't say anything.
Oh, come on, I freed you.
He's still walking.
You're welcome.
He's gone.
Kai gives Duncan a sideways look, as if he's expecting Duncan to shoot him in the back or something as he walks away, and when it's evident that he's not going to, Kai sort of says, not a lot of people would have done what you just did.
Lots of people would have done what I just did.
There's a difference between saying you'll do it and having the balls to actually do it. You know, there'll probably be a price on a head for this.
We'll never see that guy again. By that, he doesn't mean the elf, he means the people in that town. He says, but yeah, let's get going. Let's put some ground between us and them.
Kai thinks to himself, you're absolutely right. It's not like we have some kind of evil GM who might make this come back and bite us in the arse. No.
Definitely not. That's all vicious rumour.
It's conjecture and rumour.
It's never been confirmed.
Duncan continues to lead the party, I guess, navigating towards the way that the dwarf said Cogdaroom was.
Okay. So, as you travel, once again, is anything in particular happening with you guys?
Kai would like to sort of approach Ulfgar at one point and say, well, strike up conversation. This should be interesting.
Okay. What do you say?
Kai says, do you get that a lot? I mean, back there with the Elder, I've never really met any dwarves before.
I bet he does. Maldog says in your head.
Kai ignores that.
There was a point where I got a lot of it, but not as much recently.
A shame.
Kai says that's a relief, completely contradicting what Maldok is saying in his head. He says, I suppose you have a giant warhammer on your back, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Kai says, I suppose the giant fucking hammer on your back, well, that can deter certain people from pissing you off.
Well, true enough, but most of the people that face me from the front don't really have the luck of seeing it unless they are, unless they're picking a fight.
What about the ones that face him from behind?
I nod and say, well, I'll do what I can to watch your back. He says in a sort of awkward, bonding friendship, not really knowing what to say kind of way. This is Kai trying to be a friend. He doesn't really know how.
Thank you. I'll try to keep the heat away from you.
I'll enjoy eating his soul.
I nod and say, well, good. And Kai awkwardly leaves. and I'd also like to speak to Duncan, but other people do stuff.
Duncan's available to be chatted to. He's kind of a little way ahead of you two when you're having this conversation, as he is most of the time. He's kind of watching ahead and into the trees either side.
Okay.
Yes. Guys, watching for a Kaelin-shaped tree. The horizon would be anywhere. Surrounded by Kaelin. I approach and say, I'm sorry about snapping at you at first. I just, like, you might have noticed, but I'm not exactly good with people. I haven't really, I've never really spent a lot of time with people.
Well, you made that clear. Anyway, it's alright. I don't mind. There are worse sorts out there than the socially awkward.
Kai nods after some contemplation of sort of going through all the terrible people that are in the world, and says, well, thank you, and well, if you need any help hunting, at the very least, anytime, and if it's all the same with you, next time we turn up in a village, I might not. Well, I might just make camp on the outside. I'm not very good.
It's fine.
Kai awkwardly leaves.
Cool. And yeah, Duncan hasn't got any interactions to do. Ulfgar?
No.
Cool.
So, as it's coming towards the end of the day, all of you roll me awareness checks.
Yay.
We're all going to die now.
I'm just going to check to see if I have... I take it, are we still on a path through the woods?
That's
Yep.
Cool. I'm just going to check that.
That's a 17 from Wolfgang.
yes.
17.
Class.
Not a bad roll. Oh no, casualties have fallen, but the remainder of the team managed to make it out of the dungeon.
Have I fallen? Right.
Could you at least
no,
give Will
no.
this idea? I know he's probably watching the chat, but still, the idea that the trees attack the village, mate. This is what's happening now. But anyway,
That
I've got
village, that village we just encountered, everyone is dying.
Gildor says suddenly, demon sharks.
I've got a 15.
A 15, a 15, and a 17. Okay. So as you guys are walking, Ulfgar, you are the first to spot that there's actually a kind of burning cart somewhat in the distance. It looks like there's been some kind of fire and or some other altercation happened there.
If it's still burning, it's probably recent, right?
Right.
Is there any sort of blood or...
You're not close enough to see blood.
Ulfgar is actually gonna ready his warhammer as he moves closer.
Kai has black lightning crackling through his fingertips at this point.
You
Okay.
see Duncan head off into the woods,
Okay.
just to the side of the path, where he is trying to remain unseen.
Kai's going to go in the complete opposite direction, doing the same thing.
Okay. And Ulfgar.
He'll
Everyone's
just-
left you.
He's oblivious to that fact. He's still moving on the road.
Okay. So you're going closer to this cart.
Yeah, Duncan's moving kind of parallel with him.
Okay. So as you get closer, Ulfgar, you can see that it looks like there have been some casualties in along the road on this cart. There seems to be some people who have possibly been burnt alive. You see like corpses which aren't quite corpses; they're kind of ashes, and you can kind of smell cooking flesh. Maybe 2 or 3 of them. What do you do?
He's gonna keep looking around a little bit, trying to spot if there might be someone hiding around.
Okay, you can roll me another awareness check.
Can Duncan do the same?
19.
Yep. 19. Cool.
Perception.
I don't
Sibor's
know.
King says the trees see all.
I don't know if I've got advantage from Natural Explorer.
It's an 8 from Kai.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I
just
got.
about.
corpses aren't corpses, zombies. Vicious rumor.
Yeah, I got a 5. I see the inside of my own face.
Congratulations, you see darkness.
It's not good enough.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You attack the darkness. Ulfgar, as you looking to see if there's anyone kind of hiding or anything, you first of all spot your friends in the woods, and then secondly, you see that this kind of ash corpse actually lurches upwards as you draw nearer
Oh dear.
and starts towards you.
They call it
Chat
initiative
call it.
rolls.
Did chat call it? Oh no.
Yeah, someone called it.
Chat called it.
Shall we roll initiative?
Yeah, everybody roll me initiative.
Cool.
And I
Beautiful.
will take you.
I take it we're in stealth.
You're in stealth. I will have to find a place to put you, chaps. These 3 chaps here on the map. One's actually a female. possibly. Although there's no distinctive features. It's just the size of and shape of her body.
Boob.
We can't roll initiative until there's tokens for us.
Okay, let's get you some tokens. Don't need Kalen's. Kai is there.
Kaelin is currently treeing it up.
Duncan is there. Oh, and
I put
Ulfgar
myself down.
is there. You can.
Oh, there's two of me.
Oh yeah, you can get rid of yourself. There you go. So Duncan, you can be, say, here-ish. And Kai can be up there. Ulfgar will say you're about here.
I can't click on Ulfgar.
Oh, there we go. And let
I
me
rolled
change
the
some
worst initiative ever.
No, you didn't. I rolled a natural 1. I'll not have you one-up me.
stuff. Did you roll that one?
So did
we
Ulfgar.
both.
Dead.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
We did so well.
We got 2 nat 1s on initiative.
Oh, okay. That's
And James rolled a 5, which
That's
is impressive.
So nimble.
my Harkin says backpedal harder. These guys. Okay, so. Alright, let's get rid of these ones. Right, you all rolled absolutely terribly. Except
It's got to be done.
for these guys. Brilliant.
Vote
So
team that one.
it it is the definitely not zombies. I think they're not actually. They are moving as if they were alive. They're not kind of shambling or moving slowly. They're not going oh brains or anything. They are moving as if they were humans, and in fact they're probably moving quicker than the average human. It's a little bit disconcerting, Ulfgar. And as they move, ashes kind of start flaking off their bodies, but they are still moving nonetheless. And so it is their turn first. They're going to go first.
Is each square only 5 feet?
Yep,
Shit, this is a very small map. I feel
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be here.
it's too late. These guys, firstly, going to take a attack. This lady here against Ulfgar. Let me find her. Okay. And does a 17 beat your armor class, Ulfgar Battlehammer?
That it does not.
It does not. Well,
Hashtag broken dwarf.
in that case, you don't get hit. This guy lurches forwards towards you. And swipes at you with a ashen hand. Does a 14 beat your armor class, Ulfgar?
No.
No.
it does
Okay.
not.
Well, fair enough. This guy is going to start making his way around. 1, 2, 3, and he's going to give you a swiperoonie on a shoulder. And that is a 22 versus your armor class. Does that hit?
That hits. That definitely hits.
That definitely hits. Okay, glad to hear it.
It's not a nat 20, is it?
No, it's not. It's a 20.
What a shame.
It's a 22. And you take 7 damage.
Um,
Holy shit.
ouch.
And
Rip Ulfgar.
Rip Duncan, you just called it. Okay, Duncan,
Oh,
it is
dear.
your turn.
Okay, how high is this cliff next to me?
Oh, it's not a cliff. You're just in the woods, essentially.
So this is just like open ground, this rock stuff here.
It's woods.
Cool. Duncan's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Duncan's going there. I can fire through friendlies, can't I?
Yep.
Cool. Duncan's going to move there, and he's going to shoot at the topmost zombie.
Okay. This chappy.
I don't suppose I get
Actually, if he's
inspiration
in
for.
combat with a friend, you get a plus, minus. No, he gets a +2 to his armor class.
Cool. I don't suppose I get advantage from. Do I get inspiration for following my character earlier?
No, not yet.
Entire face when. Okay. I fire an arrow.
Okay. A 13 versus his armor class. Hits.
Cool, 10 damage.
10 damage. There we go.
Is he still standing
He
from
is
that?
still standing.
Does he look like he's just been shot?
No, he doesn't look like he's registered that at all. And it is now Kai's turn.
Okay, Kai is going to hit this one here. That was the one that James just fired at,
I
wasn't it?
just shot an
is.
arrow to the top left one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going for as well. Bush. And yes, I'm going to try and Eldritch blast him.
Okay.
With a 13.
A 13? That's a hit.
And it does 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay. Let me just
Blast
change it.
cannon zombies. Do not want.
There we go. He takes your blast and raises you. The blasts. So you can now move if you like to.
I feel like I've lost the element of surprise.
You've just gone, ha ha, and did a little bit of damage.
I'm going to move up here.
Okay. Making it Ulfgar Battlehammer's turn. There are 3 ash people attacking you.
Beautiful.
It's a standard Monday night for Ulfgar.
Yeah. Fuck it. Ulfgar is actually gonna. He's gonna drop his shield and use his warhammer in both hands
Okay.
because,
Because it hurts more.
yeah.
Okay, so which...
And he's gonna attack the.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. This
Okay.
one. Damn, I just. Why did I close that one now? There we go. That's 24.
A 24? That's a hit.
And 6 damage done.
6 damage done. Noted. I need to do maths now. I did maths. Bizarre. Okay, and that takes it to these ash people's turns. This guy at
Here
the
we
top
come.
left.
Rip dwarf.
He's seemed to notice that Kai has shot an Eldritch Blast at him, and he's going to move up here. And as he does so, Ulfgar, you get an attack of opportunity.
Come on, Ulfgar.
Alright. Sorry.
Just a basic attack.
Yeah. That's an 11.
An 11, that's a hit.
That's a 13 damage then.
Oh my god.
He doesn't even manage to make it there. Ulfgar, how do you kill this ash zombie thing? Zombie.
It's definitely not a necrodancer.
Fuck it. He'll hit him in the kneecap to try to bring him down to either his height or to the ground and then just smash his head in.
Very cool. Very
Plain
cool.
and
I
simple.
feel like with a 13 damage, Kai gets ash on him. From the sheer, like a mushroom cloud of ash. This is one
It's,
Ulfgar you
it's
do
fairly
not screw
gruesome.
with.
Okay, so this guy just below you is going to attack you, swipe at you with his ashen claws, and rolls a 22 again.
God damn it.
That beats your armor class. Excellent. And oh, can't roll properly.
I really need to get that guy.
That is maximum damage for 9.
He's down.
Okay, yeah, Wolfgar's down.
Okay,
Ulfgar has fallen over.
Ulfgar is RIP. It's confirmed. Hashtag RIP Ulfgar.
How the hell do I do that?
And this one is going to start moving. 1, oh. 1, 2, 3, 4 towards Duncan. And it is your turn, Duncan.
Duncan sees Ulfgar go down. Just says, "Oh, fuck it," and I'm going to use a dash action to run 10 squares east.
Okay.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay.
He literally just Zoidbergs off the map. He's done.
Okay. Taking it to Kai's turn.
Kai, I'm guessing, notices that he's just been abandoned. And
Yeah, actually, Duncan probably goes more northeast. He's gone.
no, Kai is going to. Oh, bugger. Kai is going to cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
And
That happens.
and yes, and then he's going to move here.
Hello, forever player. Good to see you, my friend.
I'm going to move here and yeah, just sort of square off to this ash zombie.
Okay. Making it Ulfgar's turn, you need to make yourself a death saving throw.
Let's see, was there a quick button for that? There we go.
Straight D20.
11.
That's an 11, that's a success. That's one success. Congratulations, you're not dead yet. This one is going to head off in this direction towards where Duncan fled. And this
How many
one,
squares does it actually move? Just those 4?
Yeah, it moves full.
Cool.
This one is going to attack Kai. And does a 19 beat your armor class, Kai?
It does indeed.
Excellent. And then you take 4 damage.
Okay, I will just update. And he takes 5 damage from ice damage from my armor
He
of
certainly
Agathis spell,
does.
which
That is
is
correct.
bugger him.
Indeed.
I think I've just realised something very funny, but I'll mention it later, Will.
Cool. Making it Duncan's turn, who's not in, and back to
I
Kai.
thought I'm still being chased by the zombie, aren't I?
You're out of combat.
So I can't shoot at this zombie as I'm running away.
No, you're not. You're not in combat at the moment.
Cool.
So you're out of sync. Making it Kai's turn.
Cool.
Ulfgar has to roll a death saving, doesn't he?
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not Ulfgar's turn. It's Kai's turn.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
I would like. Right, I'm going to. Where's weapons? Maybe weapons are in the weapon tab. That might be where I keep them.
Wait, Harkins
I'm
says
going
Duncan
to-
produces a mic, drops it, then flees.
I'm going to stab him with my rapier.
Okay. A 12 beats his armor class. And you to give him 6 damage.
Cool.
And you hear Moldok say in your head, everything going okay, Kai.
Kai's in pain. Kai's in quite a lot of pain. He's struggling to concentrate.
He says, If you need my help, you need only ask.
Oh dear.
And it's Ulfgar's turn.
Oh dear.
In before Nat 1. It's gonna happen.
Come on. 13.
He's not dead.
A 13, that's impressive. That's second saving throw
One more, right?
successfully made. Making it this Ash person's turn. He's going to swipe once again at Kai, of course. That's your
Cool.
name. And does a 22 beat your own goal? I'm absolutely killing it tonight.
Yes. Yes, it does. How much damage?
GM's rolls are incredible. I nearly just rolled a d20 for damage. That would have been very poor for you. Take 6.
I believe I'm unconscious. I'm on. Oh, I'm exactly. That takes me to 0. Exactly.
You
That-
drop.
That makes you unconscious.
Okay.
I'm sure many people suggested this might happen.
I
Rest in peace, boys.
cool.
Cool. Duncan's turn. Kai's turn. Make a
I-
death saving throw. Kai.
Does a zombie not attack them when they're down?
It's not its turn.
How do I make a death saving throw? I've never taken
Just roll a
death save.
d20. It's on the main stat page as well on the character sheet on Roll20.
Hashtag DM's rolls are rigged.
Oh, yeah.
This whole thing is just so you can watch Will hack his way to victory.
Yep, I'm hacking roll 20.
Indeed.
A
Kai
4.
takes. Yes.
A failure. Ulfgar, it's your turn. To make a death saving throw. An 8.
An 8.
Oh dear.
Failure.
That is a failure. It is this guy's turn, and he begins to head off in the direction of where his companion ran off to. Yes. So now we need to. Oh, we're going to head back to Duncan. Duncan, you're in a woods, and you hear one of these ash creatures following you.
How far away is it if I turn over and look over my shoulder?
We'll say like
Given
10
that-
meters. Depending
Cool.
if you just yeah.
Because I've literally been running hell for leather, and I can dash 10 and it can dash 4. So,
Yeah, it's probably quite far, but it's a bit behind you.
cool. Basically what I want to know, can I fire an arrow at it and then keep running without having any reasonable risk of it actually catching me?
Sure.
Cool. I would fire an arrow and then run some more. Where's it gone? Longbow. 23.
23.
6 piercing damage.
That is enough to drop it.
What does it die?
Yep, that one dies.
Nice.
So yeah, as you
Adding
finish
that to the
one
kill
off,
list.
how do you? Well, I guess you just shoot it, don't you?
Shoot it in the face.
It dissipates into ash. How do you? No, what do you do afterwards, Ian?
Duncan goes into hunter stealthy mode
Okay.
and heads back towards where the party was.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Cool. I'll also be keeping a weather eye out for ash zombies. I will be. There's an additional +2 on top of this. Because I get double. So it would be 10 on stealth.
Okay. You see one of these ash creatures going by, hunting for you, but you manage
How-
to evade it.
Okay, when it gets to like the effective range on a bow is.
Oh, you're within range.
Yeah, I want to let it get further away at like the maximum distance without being at disadvantage.
Okay.
It's like 150 feet. When it gets to like 150 feet away, so 30 squares, I'll fire at it.
Okay.
So yeah, first arrow,
Okay, a 19.
7 piercing damage.
7 damage. You go back, find her little stats. Okay.
Is it still standing?
We'll save that because it's like a surprise attack. You take it down.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, otherwise I'm just going to kill it as it walks towards me. It's got
Yep.
30 squares to cross versus a level 1 ranger. So, cool. Duncan goes over and inspects the pile of ash that it's just turned into.
It appears to be a pile of ash.
Cool. Duncan is going to take a small pinch of it and, like, wrap it in some sort of cloth and put it in, tuck it into a pocket or some such.
Okay. You do
And
that.
kind of jog back towards where the party was.
Okay. You come back into the scene. It has been. We'll say that was your turn. Therefore, Kai, roll me another death saving throw. Oh, a nat 20.
He gets
Well,
back
sir,
up.
You get back up.
1 hit point.
Well
I'm-
done.
I'm going to say that Moldark somehow helps me back up.
Yeah. Okay. You feel a surge of magic course through you as Moldrak says, "Time to get you up again."
As fingers and bones relocate themselves in body parts.
Yeah.
Yes. What health am I on?
You're on 1 hit point.
1 hit point. Brilliant.
And Ulfgar. Roll me a death saving throw.
17.
17. That's a success. Is that your third success?
It is indeed.
Yes.
Then I believe you
D4.
roll 1d4.
Almost the total party kill, boys. We tried so hard.
Gildor says,
4.
Duncan's going to inspect the pile of ash. It appears to be a pile of ash. That should be a quote.
That's going to be a quote.
I like that one. A
4
4.
hours.
You will awaken in 4 hours.
Cool. Are we out of turn sequence now?
Yep, you're out 10 seconds.
Cool. Duncan runs over to Kai and kind of just looks at him to make sure that he's not an ash zombie.
Kai is still covered in ash from Ulfgar just pummeling a zombie into just nothingness anymore, and instantly realizes that he could be mistaken for an ash zombie and quickly brushes it off to sort of say like, look, I'm a real person.
It's like
Don't
Duncan's just
shoot
leveling
me."
his spear at you and then realizes, wait a minute, he's an elf thingy, half elf. Yeah, and it says, well, the other 2 are dead. Duncan, I take it it's evident that Ulfgar's not dead. He's just kind of, I take it he's got like shallow.
He's like, yeah, breathing.
Cool. Duncan has a quick look around. Is there anything on the cart?
Everything appears to be burnt.
Cool. Is the cart like completely incinerated or is it functioning?
No, I mean, like, if you try and pick it up, things fall off it.
Cool. Duncan begins to pray. He does this in a weird way. He takes like a bit of a twig off of a nearby thing and some leaves, and he kind of puts them on Ulfgar's unconscious chest, and then just kneels beside him.
Just to clarify, by you take it off a thing. Do you mean a plant or a tree,
do you mean
James? Is that what you take a leaf
mean
off?
I might take it off of that. I pick a leaf off of Kai. No, I pick some leaves and twigs and maybe a berry from somewhere, and I kind of lay them, and maybe like a fur from one of the rabbits, and I kind of kneel beside Ulfgar and I pray.
Okay.
And I think from the look of our Facebook chat, we need to take a 5-minute break because
Yes.
every single one of us needs to go to the toilet.
Yes, I, however, will stay and talk to the
Standard.
chat. So,
I'll be back momentarily.
You guys, everyone's going to go for a little break, but I'm going to stay here and talk to you guys because I love you,
Just
and
to-
I'm not going to leave you like
this-
these guys.
I like
I'll
the fact
be back.
hashtag pray for Ted is actually happening now.
It's actually trending on Twitter. I can't confirm this. So, guys, do you have any questions about our little adventure today? Or just like to chat to us in general? Feel free. Ted is still with me, of course, my ever faithful companion. You won't leave me, will you, Ted?
I'm staying for the chat.
Yeah, wow.
Don't think you're special or anything.
Horvath Saigyu says, "Are any of you on cocaine?" I wish I could say that I was, my friend, but I'm not. Are you? Would you recommend it? And yes, Forever Player, amazing photos, even pictures drawn by a wonderful combi. You can see them here, and there's some character info and the map being shown here. Hashtag Will for President. Interesting.
Wow.
I'll look into it.
I'll vote for the opposition.
Yep.
Why is the first thing I've seen in the chat never mix D&D and cocaine? What's happened? 60 seconds I was gone. How are we all finding it so far, chat people? I haven't been interacting with you much. Any comments? Has anyone noticed that despite being a massive coward, I've still continued to kill steal every single kill, bar one?
Huh.
Nick says, "No, they're not on cocaine. They're naturally awesome." What can I say?
Somebody wants a guest slot.
It's Shadowrun and meth you need to watch out for.
I was playing Shadowrun last night. Well, I was playing Shadowrun Dragonfall.
Oh, I played that. It was a good game.
PC game. It was very good, and I died multiple times. Good time was had by all. I'm just going to check the Gmail. If there are no fan art entries, I'm going to be really sad. If you could all just open Microsoft Paint, just start blindly making circles. There's so much gold in it for you. Do it.
Maybe a good time to remind everyone what's going on with your competition, James.
Yes, people who have been in the chat, but not since the very beginning. There's basically, Will, if you could put the email in the chat, there is a mini competition just for some arbitrary gold. No, not arbitrary gold, useful real-life currency gold. Basically, email in and send us a Microsoft Paint level terrible drawing, or just any kind of terrible artwork, or even good artwork.
Good artwork is also acceptable.
Yeah. The best person will get 500 gold, and the second best will get 250, which you can use for raiding and such and things later on. So yes, get them sent in so I can laugh at them.
Draw Duncan of a drunk ton of stink lads on him for being a filthy coward.
I killed 2 zombies single-handedly.
And yet you're a filthy coward.
And yet I didn't get beaten unconscious and took no damage. Almost as if I'm being sensible. And
Almost
playing
as if you're a
and playing.
filthy coward and everyone
This is
hates
also
you
true.
now.
Hey, I played my character
Nope.
in character.
Nope. Filthy coward.
Yes, Rachel, that would be amazing. I don't want Jace.
Calm down.
I'll inevitably die if I play a rogue, because they sometimes have to do melee. My thinking is, as long as I stay at least like a silly distance away from all the enemies, they just can't eat me. Nothing's getting. As long as they're within 600 feet, I can still shoot them. That's an American salute. There we go. Don't vote for Team Dwarf.
Team Dwarf.
Vote for
Okay.
Team Coward.
You've got a lot of
Always
support here.
He's got no
Always
fans.
vote for Team Dwarf.
Is that like Teen Wolf?
Oh, also, guys, on Thursday, we're not doing a Q&A show. We're, in fact, doing a zombie apocalypse one-shot. So come along on Thursday, same time, 9 PM GMT. On Thursday.
Will,
And-
do we know? Are we playing ourselves, or are
You
we
are
not?
playing yourselves.
Is it 5 years time version so that I actually have skills?
No, it's you now.
I still have some skills. Yeah. Well, I'll speak to you about character creation for that after this, I guess. I look forward to my death.
Me too. So we find out James is also a filthy coward in real life on Thursday.
Vicious rumor. I'm gonna. To be fair, it'd be quite easy to roleplay myself. I would just be kind of pacifistic and fairly chilled out.
Sexy dwarf high school drama is my next screenplay.
It's also our next one shot.
Yes.
Robo Spinoza, repping Team DM.
Wow. Well,
I believe we are the top Dungeons and Dragons stream
I don't know. Can
tonight.
someone check? I don't know.
Yep, we've got 25. The other two have 4 and 3.
Well,
Big. It's a big business.
it is. Team DM is an awesome second contender. You know.
Look, someone needs to support me here. Otherwise, I will.
Team Filthy Coward.
Team Filthy Coward.
I know what we can do. Let's run the video.
What?
Silence. We're videoing.
What are you on about?
You're a crackhead. Here we go. That went perfectly.
I'm really confused. Oh, things.
It all jimmed out a little bit. Yeah. Not quite. Perfect.
It went so well.
Is it still role-playing if you play yourself? Oh my...
Hashtag Velociraptor. This is where we have to announce to the viewers, unfortunately, Josh doesn't actually understand the concept of time.
He lives...
In fact,
Yeah.
just over this weekend, I spent at least an hour and 20 minutes of my life waiting outside in cold places for Josh and Beth because they just can't be on time for things. It's quite aggravating sometimes.
I find it hard.
I find it so enraging. Makes me want to die.
You say that, James, but he was on time today.
He was on time today.
Yes, but he wasn't on time yesterday, the day before, or the day before that.
Yeah, but I haven't seen you shown any proof of that, so that's irrelevant.
TED requires all evidence in writing.
Yes.
I even got a taxi from the train station to my house so that I would be in time for pre-setup.
Are you really playing yourself, or are you playing yourself playing yourself?
Illuminati.
That definitely sounds like the Illuminati's involved. Time is an illusion. Or is it?
How much longer of the break have we got left before we have to go and shoot Josh?
It's a Josh. Josh is back, everybody.
Precisely 5 seconds and he was going to be shot.
Why are you going to shoot me?
It's you.
Because reasons.
Yes.
I have more guns than you.
This is true. I have Labradors. I therefore win.
I
You are a
have a bunny.
Yeah. You do have the world's cutest bunny. So
A
this is
wild
true.
Josh appears in his natural habitat. The bed.
Yes, he does tend to never leave it. Right. So back in game, boys.
Yes, back again. So Kai and Duncan, you were there. Ulfgar appears to be okay, but breathing shallowly.
Okay.
Kai takes a second to sort of give Duncan a playful punch in the shoulder and
Duncan's
say,
busy praying.
"Oh, right." Kai doesn't know
You've
that.
rudely
Really.
interrupt his religious moment.
Kai, oblivious of the fact that you're praying, comes over and sort of gives you a playful punch in the shoulder and says, "Thanks for bailing us out."
Duncan's praying.
Kai leans in and then realizes he's praying like right into your face and is like, looks at Ulfgar, looks at the leaves, looks at your face. Oh, and Kai backs off.
Come on, can't you just sit there until he opens his eyes just inches from his face?
Kai prods Ulfgar in the chest.
Okay, so yeah. That's how long do you pray for, Duncan?
Until he wakes up,
Okay.
or until something distracts me. Because we're in a forest, I can't really be. I may as well just be standing there. It makes no functional difference. So I'll just kneel there and pray for the next 4 hours.
Okay.
Shut up, Harkin.
Kai.
Kai would like to Kai's gonna wander off somewhere quiet
Okay.
and sort of say almost grumbling, sort of like begrudgingly. Thank you, I suppose. Despite the fact you did that for entirely selfish reasons. Thank you.
Is he speaking primordial? Out of
Yes,
earshot?
but I am nowhere near you.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
No, Moldok says, "You're welcome, Kai."
Have you got any idea what the have you got any idea what the fuck that was? What they were?
My little brothers, I believe. You should start to see more of them in the future.
Hold on. What exactly do you mean by your little brothers?
They appear to be of Nilfheim, as I am.
What, is everyone related down there? Look, as disgusting as that sounds, I need to know what exactly this is we're up against.
You're against every dead soul that has ever died.
Oh, fucking great. I was worried that this was going to be difficult. What about Ulfgar? These things...
It appears that he won't die yet. It's a shame. Looking forward to devouring his soul.
Look, as long as we are helping each other out to try and assist your mother, you're on a fucking diet as far as souls go. Especially with those of people I travel with. I'm not being funny, but you see the way he splattered that... Well, whatever the fuck your little brothers... What would he even call these things?
Yes, the dwarf has his uses, I suppose.
Exactly. And I'm not being funny, but... Without Duncan, we probably would have both been devoured. And you're not exactly a fan of that, so... Maybe it would be prudent if we tried not to get these two killed. Especially considering we're all sporting these tattoos.
Yes, well, I'll fight the good fight for now, I suppose.
Kai sort of gives like a humble bow to himself. And then he flips himself off for meme's sake.
This is weird.
Moldok just grumbles.
Yeah. While this is happening, Duncan is he's stopped praying by Elfgar for a bit, and he's just kind of scattering like sprigs of surrounding bushels onto the place where the ash of this zombie thing was as well. For it too was once a living creature, and he does some praying by it, and then returns to Ulfgar until Ulfgar awakens.
Okay. So Kai, are you doing anything else for the next 4 or so hours?
I would like to go hunting. Well, not necessarily hunting. Just I'm going to go off. If I see anything particularly interesting, I will, but I'm not going to stray too far.
Okay.
Half patrol, half scavenging for stuff.
Okay. As you go off on your travel, you find that there's basically no wildlife in the area. It's eerily quiet.
Oh dear.
And by about the time that you return, Ulfgar is once again conscious. Ulfgar, you come to, and you see that Duncan is praying above you.
You've got woodland debris scattered on your chest.
Bloody hell have you been doing? Trying to sacrifice me to the wolves or something?
No. Not until you're dead, anyway. For now, I'm trying to keep you alive.
Well, I'll tell you, If I've heard right, the dwarf meat isn't really something that's easy to chew, though.
I haven't quite tried the delicacy.
No, might just be something we say for, discouraging people. What do I know?
Right. We should get to a town before night.
Kai grumbles.
Duncan says, well, you can always camp on the outskirts, but I'm finding myself a tavern.
Moldark says to you, Kai, you kind of feel a stirring in your brain, and then
You might want to look up.
Kai looks up very slowly, sort of like, oh shit.
Duncan is doesn't notice this. He's already heading towards the town. Well, towards the west, I guess. That's where we were going.
Are we still here? So I'm in a clearing, aren't I? So there's nothing, no. Okay, so what do I see?
so as you look up,
Back here?
Yeah, you see a lot of spots in the sky, and they appear to be kind of winged type creatures, almost vulture-like. They look like they might have beaks, and they're kind of circling above you. There looks to be maybe 200. There's kind of a swarm of them, and as you look up, they begin to dive down towards you.
Kai just fucking at the top of his lungs just screams, "Take cover!"
Okay, everybody roll me initiative.
This is just what I wanted.
No, what you want is to roll another nat 1. Or nat.
I haven't rolled any nat ones yet. I'm going to roll one right now, but...
That's right, Talon.
Seventeen.
She is an end.
I need to
17.
select a bloody... I guess I would be over like there, because I've started heading off. Is this what the cast of Chicken Run did afterwards? Is this what these creatures are? I rolled a 5. I roll a 5 for all rolls.
7, but do I get a bonus at all for... I've deliberately moved under the nearest large tree, and...
This is
I saw them
initiative.
first.
You don't get a bonus to your initiative
Yeah.
for being under a tree, unless the tree is Kaelin and she's somehow helping you. But
Beth, I need Kaylin's help.
Even Beth hasn't had enough drugs for that.
okay,
Oh.
so we're going to enter into a skill challenge as we have done them previously in our group. You guys roll me a... okay, so we go in initiative order. The group, the first person going can choose a skill and roll it and give me a description of what is happening. So for instance, you could say, there is a log in my way and I use acrobatics to jump over it, or I am being attacked by a demon and I roll marksmanship to shoot it. Each turn around you can only use that skill once, so Josh couldn't use marksmanship and then James used marksmanship, and you can only use you can't use the same skill that you used the previous round. So if James used marksmanship one round, he couldn't use marksmanship next round, but Josh could. And so take narrative control of what is happening. I'll let you know after the end of each round exactly what's going on with the demons, but for now it is
Ulfgar.
Ulfgar's turn. Ulfgar, you hear a scream, and as you look up, you see hundreds of winged creatures plunging down towards you.
Ulfgar is gonna pull out his shield and let's see. God damn it! Will he try to shield bash the first one that dives, or will he just try to? No, fuck it. He's just gonna try to hold the shield up as much as possible as they dive down, I guess.
Okay.
Basically just taking cover behind a shield.
Okay. And what are you going to roll for that?
I would assume a strength check to see if he manages to hold the shield up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Athletics, I guess.
Yep, athletics.
yeah. And a 21.
A 21. That is a success. So yes, tell me what happens. And finally, thank you, Talon Jazra, for following my friend. Thank you so much.
Welcome to the adventure.
Indeed.
Thanks, buddy. We're all dying.
No, that was earlier. We're past that. Let's never speak of that again now.
Will, can you give me access to Josh's character sheet because he's derping hard and I need to make sure he's not doing it horribly wrong?
I'll see if I can.
Well, essentially he's gonna crawl up behind his shield and try to push himself towards the closest tree, holding the shield up.
Okay.
Just
I can
keeping-
currently only see the bio and info.
Yes, of course you can. Okay. Should be in your journal.
I know. Ah, there we go. Yep, it's loaded.
Making it Duncan your turn.
Yeah, Josh, quickly, all your stats are perfectly fine. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you're supposed to have that many proficiencies. I'll work that out in a minute. But yeah, so far it's all fine. Just click the buttons to roll the skills and don't worry about the numbers. So Duncan is going to quickly duck himself under this thing, and he's going to look out and see if he can identify what these things are with a nature check.
Okay.
Out of character, are they beasts?
No.
Shit.
In fact, you won't be able to identify them with a nature
Well, no,
check
it's-
because they're
it's-
not natural.
Oh, okay. In that case, Duncan is going to get under there and hide with a stealth check.
Okay.
14.
A 14. That's a success.
Good.
Making it Kai's turn. So athletics and dex have been used this turn. So you
I've
can't
used
use it.
athletics and sneak.
And
I was,
stealthy.
yes, I was going to say, in which case, I would like to... Yes, I'm going to roll a dexterity to... I'm going to say that one of them starts to dive directly at me, and I would like to roll a dexterity to, as I sort of roll out the way, I would like to draw my rapier and slash at it in a sort of awesome spin.
Okay, so what are you rolling for
Dexterity.
that? You need to choose a skill, so you could use something like
Oh, right,
acrobatics
okay.
to do something cool.
Can he just use his weapon skill?
No,
Like his proficiency with that weapon
no, you
type?
need to use a skill.
Okay.
It's the name Skill Challenge. So Vermeer says, I heard you gain advantage on spell attack rolls if you yell Hadouken. So maybe you should try that.
That entirely sounds
Kai
possible.
Duken.
Indeed. Okay, can I basically roll a deception to stand my ground and then faint at the last second? And by faint, I don't mean just collapse again.
I'll allow it. Go for it.
Yes.
Kai plays dead.
22.
A 22.
It's not a nat 20 though.
It's not an at 20. That is a success.
It's a failure.
So, at the end of this round, these creatures begin to dive down towards you. Ulfgar holds his shield bravely against them and weathers some attacks as they kind of start clawing down at you. Duncan, you avoid most of their attention. There are fewer coming at you as you hide. And Kai, they appear not to be taking too much attention to you as you deceive them with your with your wily.
Do I manage? Do I manage to actually hit one?
Yep, you take one down as you do so.
Do I ground it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You're gonna ride it out of here.
Yes, I am.
So long, suckers.
You ascend. Okay, so Ulfgar, you have just weathered the first storm, but there are more of them coming.
Are there any boulders or something close by?
There don't appear to be any boulders. There are mostly trees nearby. And piles of ash.
Damn it. He's gonna try to dive behind as big a tree as possible and try to take cover from them again.
Okay.
This time I assume it would be in acrobatics.
Oh, okay, so you're jumping around.
Yeah, he's essentially just sprinting and trying to jump over roots and such, trying not to trip on things.
Cool.
he
A nat 1, you say?
he just face plants the first root he encounters.
Let's
Just-
not forget he's also on one hit point.
Yeah,
He's doing so
Well-
well. Good night, boys.
Would it be safe to assume that he just lost that hit point hitting the ground?
I think it would be safe to assume that.
He's just knocked himself out on the tree.
Yeah, Ulfgar is down.
Beautiful.
He
Did
goes down.
Kaylin just clothesline him as an ant?
Yeah, Kaylin the tree just uproots herself slightly to
God
take
damn
him
it,
down.
Beth.
And it is Duncan's turn. You see Ulfgar fall down, and there are creatures kind of trying to get towards him.
Cool. Duncan seeing this and just sensing... I take it... It's safe to assume that as a common man, there's these flying, shiny things. What do they look like? Can you describe what these things look
They're
like?
not shiny. They
Oh.
I don't know where you got that from, but
In my head, they're just literally golden eagles, like, gleaming.
no.
How far have I gone wrong?
So as like one of them kind of clawing its way towards you, like I say, it looks kind of vulture-like in terms of its head, but it has blind eyes. It clearly can't see, and it has leathery wings and a kind of large body and claws on both its feet, and has a big aggressive beak working its way towards you with murderous intent.
Yeah.
And
Duncan...
there's like a couple hundred of them.
Duncan seeing Ulfgar and what's going on, thinks, well, there's a couple of hundred things. There's not much I can do here. And he kind of, you see, like, Kai, you probably see Duncan's hand kind of extend out from under the cart, and he drags some of the bits of, like, the fur and stuff that he was using to pray for Ulfgar, and he continues praying. And I guess religion?
Yep.
To find, like, a suitable ritual in my brain.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. That's not a success.
Oh dear.
I'll let you know what happens at the end of this turn.
I get it consumed.
Kai, it is your turn, my friend. You're starting to get overwhelmed.
I love the Deus Ex reference there.
That's right.
I'm gonna be ballsy
Not me.
because everyone knows that nothing can possibly go wrong for a level 1 character in D&D.
It's impossible.
I would like to roll an intimidation to try and essentially like. I want to. Right, first of all, I'm going to move. I'm going to move to in front of Duncan,
Okay.
sort of protecting him, and then I'm going to while he's praying, hopefully. That his God will help us, and I would like to roll an intimidation to try and get some of them to back off, like away
Goddess,
from him.
you huge racist.
Then you mean sexist?
Shut up.
Know your meme.
Channel the inner demon, says Solus. It's not a bad shout.
It's a very
Uh,
bad shout.
It's the worst.
I rolled a 7.
A 7? That is not a success.
No.
Taking it to Ulfgar, you are unconscious. There's very little you can do other than attempt to kind of heal yourself.
Death
course,
saving
Kale.
throw, I guess.
We won't do the free death saving throws here. If you can successfully pass some kind of test which will allow you to raise yourself, then I'll allow it. Because we're not in combat.
Maybe a medicine or a survival? Or,
Or a religion, that could work as well.
oh.
Damn it. This became hard.
Possibly you could do another athletics. You've already seeing it's been like 2 rounds.
Arcana, maybe. I don't know if you're magic.
Probably
in
not.
any way. I have no idea.
I can tell that there's magic from beyond the realms of consciousness. I would recommend athletics.
Or
Yeah,
endurance?
That doesn't exist.
Doesn't endurance exist? No, they've changed that before.
no, I guess I'll try to muster up enough stamina to stay conscious and
Okay.
pull himself to safety.
Okay.
A 12.
12. That's a success.
That's
Okay,
good.
so at the end of this round, Duncan and Kai are being overwhelmed by these winged demons. Ulfgar manages to raise himself from the ground in time to see like his companions are being mobbed by these creatures, and there appears to be no divine intervention from Duncan's praying. He in fact seems to only be drawing more attention to himself. And that is top of the round, Duncan. No. Yes.
Yes. Cool. Duncan. I guess survival would be using my knowledge of like hunting technique, and so it's clear that you said it's clear that these things can't see,
Mhm.
and kind of Duncan knows how to kind of avoid being spotted by animals he doesn't want to. So he can probably make the logical step, depending on his role, to just shout to the rest of the party, just hide, stay still, and don't make any sound. They can't see us. And then he plays dead under
Okay.
his cart. Survival, that one. Oh, it's a
That's an
fucking
8. That's not a success.
It's technically a 10, not that it makes any difference.
As
Does it being a 10 make any difference? 'Cause I've got
No.
double prof bonus. Okay, that's nice.
Duncan says they can't see us, Moldark says in your head, Kai, but they can smell you. And it is your turn.
Everyone wash yourself.
Can
You've
I-
seen Duncan attempt to play dead and he's still getting eaten.
Okay. Right.
I'm dead. Good.
I'm trying to deception. No. Intimidation. No. What am I good at? What could
It's possibly
stick us?
evident at this point that staying here is a bad idea.
Yes. Okay. In which case, I would like to Yeah. So what did Duncan say? They can't see us.
They can't see us,
And then
play
Moldark
dead.
said, but they can smell you.
Cool.
I still do have vomit in my beard.
In which case,
They're drawn to
Duncan.
it.
Right, Duncan. You're Duncan. I'm not Duncan. Kai is going to draw one of his daggers, take a bit of like a rag from his backpack, and he's going to try something. He's going to cut the palm of
God.
his hand, soak the tissue, the rag in blood, and then he's going to pick up a rock, wrap it round the rock, and hurl it away from the group and he's going to try and then grab. I basically want to roll a stealth to while they're all hopefully going for that bait to drag Duncan from underneath the cart and with Wolfgar sort of limp in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Just to
Obvious-
clarify,
obvious
I'm throwing
bait is obvious.
I'm throwing it here.
Okay.
And that is a stealth.
Duncan is
Nat
Duncan
one!
is life. Duncan is running away, and that one. Oh.
It does not work.
He hits Ulfgar with the rock and knocks him out cold.
I slice
Just as Ulfgar gets back up again.
I slice through every tendon in my hand and can no longer use my hand.
Yeah, that's an automatic failure. You actually end up throwing it at the tree, which bounces back near to you, and they all flood towards you again. So that is a failure, and that is Ulfgar's turn.
Well, let's see. They can. So they smell but don't see. Well,
Well, you don't know that they smell particularly because it was all in Josh's character's head.
Yeah, true.
oh, sorry.
That's okay. You see your companions failing miserably around you.
Like a beached whale.
You're used to it by now.
Used to it. He's knocked out most of the time.
He's used to hearing it.
Super Wasp King, if you die, then the trees may come to life. But you won't know because you'll be gone.
Goodbye, Super Wasp King.
Goodbye, my friend. Come back on Thursday, same time. Zombie apocalypse. What's happening?
Fuck it. He'll run over and try to help Duncan as best he can, I guess.
Okay.
Question is how.
Maybe you could knock some sense into him.
Please don't.
Maybe you could knock the cowardice out of him.
Oh, that's impossible. It's categorically impossible.
He just comes over and brings the entire cart down on top of us.
What are you going to try and do?
Well, that is the tough part, actually. Actually, is the I just realized, is the cart still burning?
It's kind of smouldering.
He's actually gonna grab a piece of smoldering wood and start waving it as he gets closer to Duncan, kind of yelling, "God damn it!"
Is that what he's yelling?
Oh,
Think of something aggressive and dwarven.
I kind of lost track of thought there.
Okay.
You've got a flaming stick, you're waving it. What are you shouting?
Oh, you bloody bastard! Come over here and get me if you dare. I'll show you a thing or two about cooking. There, that's what I figured.
Quote.
I am happy.
Oh, roll an intimidate, I suppose.
Yeah, intimidate. That's a 12.
A 12? That's a success. So you start waving this flaming stick around, and these demons clearly need some culinary advice, and so are drawn to your offer of cooking lessons.
Good advice.
And and yes, they begin to swarm around you, and Duncan and Kai, your The demons kind of on you seem to be attracted to the noise of this dwarf. And it is Duncan's turn.
Okay, Duncan, seeing this is happening, sees the opportunity to bolt, and he does so, using stealth to try and remain